Okay, so we're back, and now we're going to talk about the closing of Affinity Hospital. Stay tuned. Okay, I want to thank everybody for staying with me if you're still here from the first live stream. And we're going to talk about the closing of Affinity Hospital and kind of what it means to the community and the things that are going on now with the recent court ruling. It started on January. I'm going to do a quick recap. On the 5th, Quorum Medical announced they're going to close the hospital. From what I've found out, up until that point, they had never contacted the city that they were going to do so. So, for me personally, to give a community this size a 30-day notice that you're shutting a hospital is kind of lame. I think, and for lack of better words, that's pretty shitty. People pay for health care, and with a city this size, they deserve to have that. So, basically the way that it worked out on the 5th, they said that on the 4th they'd be closing the doors. So then on the 9th, there was a press conference, and the mayor and Kurt Scheuring and some of the other political figures, along with the nurses union, got together to show the community that they're not going to just sit back and watch this happen. So, of course, attorneys get involved, and the see, I've got two articles, one from the repository, one from the Independent. So a temporary restraining order, or temporary injunction, excuse me, was filed, and it was granted. And then the way that the articles are being worded is kind of, a little ambiguous, because at the end, details of the order, let's see, let's use this article here. It says, the order reads, for a period of 120 days, Affinity shall not take any further action to carry out any activities that would result in the closing or cessation of any medical care services or non-admittance of new patients at the Affinity Medical Center Hospital location. Hold on, we lost our connection. Are we back? There we are. So they get the preliminary or the temporary order. Now within 2 weeks, you have to have the actual hearing. But for now, the hospital is open, and apparently on Sunday they were going to stop taking new patients, but apparently now they can't do that according to the order. Let's see. The attorney for Reed, Orville Reed, is the attorney for Affinity, said it's for 14 days, and we expect to prevail on the merits. I don't know. A lot of people are under the impression that we got this restraining order, now it's going to stay open for 120 days. The way I'm reading this, I have to question that. I would say that for sure we'll know in 2 weeks, because I don't know. That or the articles aren't written well, but I doubt that. I think due to the fact that you're dealing with attorneys and legal jargon, it's rare that you find something in law that isn't slightly ambiguous. So, okay, the reconnection was successful. Anyway, again, being that there's legal jargon involved, it's rare that you don't see anything that's slightly ambiguous when it comes to the law. So, I think now would be a really good time for people and residents of the community to speak out. A little side note, something that I had found out this past week is that there was a group of doctors that were looking to basically take over the doctor, and under the current Obamacare laws, they couldn't do that. Now, whether you're for or against Obamacare, that's not really the point. The fact that a federal law can step in and tell doctors that they can't use their own money to pursue providing health care to a community, that bothers me. I'm just some thinking outside the box. If it was, I don't know. I've got some pretty mixed feelings about that. If you have a group of people that want to keep the hospital open, why would you stop them? That one bothers me a little bit, but we'll see how that plays out, because now that the courts are involved, I'm sure every time that there's a law or something that's being crossed for, say, the first time, maybe something unforeseen, or a situation, especially like this, where you have people that want to keep a hospital open and they're being told no under healthcare laws that are supposed to provide healthcare to everybody. Again, I question that. But that's where we're at now. As things become more clear, and as far as when the timeline is taking place, the purpose of this series of videos isn't to keep people so much up to date as it is to create a timeline for after this is all said and done, that people can go back and say, okay, this happened at this time and this happened at that time, and sort of documenting the process. I don't want to take any type of knee-jerk interpretation or reaction to newspaper articles or whatnot. I want to try and bring people the concrete facts to build this timeline. So, with that being said, as things come in and I get more information, I'm going to put it out to you guys. So stay tuned for that. And as that happens, I will keep you notified. Stay up to speed on YouTube, Anchor FM. If you're not on that app right now, if you want a full audio version of this, because this is pretty much just me talking, Anchor FM is a really good platform. It doesn't crush your data package. If you're out and about, you can still listen to it. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them will be involved with this particular video series. So until next time, stay sharp, keep a tight shot group, and rock on.